Hello, folks.
Hello.
We are live streaming.
We're what?
Live streaming.
We're what?
Live streaming.
Oh, Gardner.
Oh, Emily. We're gonna emulate some games tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But I gotta do 2 or 3 things before I join you on the sofa.
As always.
Hey everybody, it's your friend and your guy.
Yeah, in case anyone's wondering, I'm sure maybe a question might pop up at some point tonight, but I'll address it right now. Gardner did get his car unstuck with my help.
But not without injuring myself.
Right, yeah. And we did get the Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, Gardner might have tweaked his shoulders trying to shovel out snow from under his tires.
It was the heaviest snow I've ever had to deal with.
And that's coming from a lifelong Mainer.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't lived in Maine your whole life, but you spent a couple years out of state.
Oh, can you rub it in my face?
Hey, I went to college in Rhode Island, so
Yeah.
I guess I can't judge.
All right. Now we got the chat up.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just gonna close a bunch of these windows here. We don't need any more. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. That one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. That one.
Are you closing out tabs?
Yeah.
Jeez. Finally.
I have a lot of tabs. Okay. Bloopy bloop. Bloop bloop. Oops. I uploaded that to the wrong channel. That's alright.
Gardner.
That's okay.
Silly boy.
Tricks are for kids. Alright, so we're gonna play some we're gonna live stream some games here. Pretty excited about this. Not gonna lie. We're gonna play a game that I played a lot of in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of. I played this game a lot.
Yeah, did you play a lot of it?
Yeah. There we go. Let's do one more. Yeah, that's good. Alright. I'm joining you on the sofa.
Yay!
Yeah. Oh, wait. I need to have the thing open over here. So go live. There we go. Alright. We're gonna play Silent Bomber.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite games ever made.
Never heard of it till tonight. And what do I do?
Close this page. Dismiss. Refresh. Oh no. Oh yeah, whatever. And you close this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can click this little button and then hit pop up chat.
Alrighty.
And then drag it over here and it'll click into place.
Okay.
Alright guys. Oh, I gotta...
Wow.
Okay. System.
So what's the plot of this game?
You're a guy and you throw bombs.
Oh.
Wait, I gotta, what am I trying to do? I gotta do analog. System.
Does your character have a name?
Yuta! Yes, his name is Yuta.
Okay.
Um, audio. Where's the
What?
controls? Do you see controls anywhere? They're not in here.
Would it be
What is about tools? View.
controllers? Wow, that's like fucking out my eyes trying to read that.
Yeah. We want to make this a analog controller.
Mm.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Now we're emulating.
Now we're emulating.
Now we're cooking with electricity.
First, remove it. Then plant a bomb on the marked area. What's your problem? Do it. All right, now stay clear of the blast radius. Good work. Now this time you'll use a stack to blow it up.
Stack?
A technique employing multiple explosives to increase the blast. When you set it, hit the button twice. Then put some distance between you and the bomb.
This game looks archaic. When did it come out?
There.
This is an original PlayStation game.
Wow.
Careful, Utah. There's an enemy
Utah?
unit approaching from up ahead. Engage them with the add-on equipment we airdropped. Destroy the container and retrieve the lock-on unit.
I like how you and the narrator are like talking to each other like an old like 50s like,
I'll explain
hey
how to
you,
use the lock-on
yeah you,
First, hold down
this
the
is
center
how
button.
molecules are invented or whatever, like
Yeah.
discovered.
You just planted a bomb on the enemy. Hit the detonator button. Well done. Pick up the material dropped by the enemy. What you have there is a highly volatile liquid. Using this in conjunction with your bombs will result in more powerful and deadly explosions. Look at the window located to the side of your life gauge. Note that napalm is currently selected. Push the button and try using it.
I haven't shared this on any social media.
Do you want me to share it
Yeah.
for you?
Various types of liquid. You can switch them.
You know what?
Just don't
How
forget that these are
do I
exhaustible
get
items.
the link?
Click the share button.
Share. I know how to do things.
Eliminate this final obstacle on your own. All right, go on ahead. We've detected another enemy group. It's a large one this time. If you quickly push the jump button twice, it will activate your burst drive. Put it to good use, and make your way through their attack. Understood.
I can't get on Mastodon on this.
It's mastodon.online.
No, but I don't know if you're logged in. Thank you. Okay, I did Twitter. I did Mastodon.
That's about it.
That's about it.
I shared on my own YouTube channel too.
What's this place?
Alrighty.
It's an enemy stronghold. Burn down the entire installation.
Roger.
Oh yeah, you want to know what this game's about?
Yeah.
You're like a cybernetic soldier, and you commit war crimes, and then you live with it.
Oh. Okay.
Those are... But I thought there were soldiers in here. These people are civilians.
Calm down, Utah.
Hello, Marcus.
Hello, Marcus. Welcome, welcome.
What?
Hey, Bryson.
What's up, Bryson?
Gang's all here.
Understood.
I'm playing a PlayStation game.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it's you. Okay. I was like, where is that coming from?
This is called Silent Bomber. It's one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. Every day I awaken with the same dream. A very Japanese game.
Utah,
Mm.
are you there? You did set the autopilot, right?
Yeah.
Wow, I
Get
like your
down here for
haircut.
the lander.
I like your haircut.
Thanks.
Oh, it's been a minute since I felt this vibrate.
Hmm.
Friend or foe is FOS.
I like her hat.
Our ship will transmit this code to get past their sensors. Then 6 assault teams will infiltrate. Providing we can get that close, of course. Our codes are flawless.
If we can really trust these codes, shouldn't they have sent in a crack military unit or something?
Wow.
Don't you think, Utah?
My only duty is to destroy my identity. I'm concerned with nothing else.
Boy, you just can't wait to start blowing things up, huh? Get this straight. We're here to save Hornet. Safeguarding our planet is the objective.
Marcus says I like games that are very Japanese. They tend to have very intricate stories.
So we're merely part
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
an elaborate game that will determine the
Well, when I asked Gardner initially what this game was about, he just said, you're a guy who blows stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
So, sounds very intricate to me from his description.
What's not to enjoy about this very Japanese story? I'm freaking maxing and relaxing right now. I'll tell you that much. I'm fully reclining, guys. We're in recline mode right now. Yeah. Utah. That's his name.
Oh, dang. David Crosby died.
I don't know. Like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young.
Yes, the
Damn.
very Crosby. Bryson says, men like watching things go boom. I'll tell you one woman who doesn't.
Why? Not me. I'm a man.
I know, I'm talking about myself. Just kidding. Teach your children well.
This is a freaking awesome game, guys. Look at this. So you hold X and you can you bring up this reticle here, and you can lock onto things with your bombs. And if you don't hold A or X, whatever, you can place them on the ground like that. But I like to lock on, and then you take out enemies like that.
The beam gate has generators on either side. Destroy them.
Done. I love how movement feels in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the music.
There are targets nearby. The target ought to be designated with a marker.
So at the moment, I can only place 2 bombs at once. but as you get e-chips and upgrade your equipment,
Chino, quit complaining.
Tim, stop your whining.
the more e-chips I get, the more enhancements I can add. This game's kind of ahead of its time in a lot of ways because it has a lot of like kind of RPG elements, but they're not like lame and boring. Like I'm not a big RPG fan. I don't know if you know this. The only RPGs that I really got behind were what is it called? Earthbound. That one.
Yeah. Ooh, Bryson says, I think I'm gonna try and work on my welding skills and make a go-kart. That'd be really cool.
Hell yeah.
Let us know how that goes, Bryson.
What kind of go kart is it gonna be? You gonna have like a roll cage and stuff? The movement in this game feels so good. Oh my god. Except for when it doesn't. I thought I could get over there.
Bryson says an off-road type with a roll cage.
Hell yeah.
Very badass.
Get
What color do you think you'd make your go-kart, Bryson? Marcus says, I'm 3D printing a stand for my brother's Steam Deck right now. He has a third-party USB hub that works as a dock, so I'm just printing him a stand with a slot on the back for the USB hub.
That's awesome. I read that there's a you can get a an STL file that lets you use your Steam Deck in the official dock with a case on it. I'm gonna go looking for that file. Because I really like having the kill switch on my Steam Deck, but it's not compatible with the dock. Like it doesn't fit.
Bryson says, basing it off an No, sorry, RX3. It just won't cost $60,000.
Mm.
Good for you, Bryson.
My cousin's a welder by trade. One of my best friends. I love that guy.
He's a
Yeah.
great dude.
He's a great dude. Holy Moses. I'm like blowing stuff up.
Looks like all the anti-aircraft weaponry in this area is out of commission. The area designated with a marker is the next place you should go. Follow the marker and proceed ahead.
Ooh. Ooh, I like that, Bryson. I like gray and green a lot, so to have both. Like this couch, I don't know if you can tell because of the lights, but it's like a grayish green.
Really? I think it's more grayish blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, we're not doing this again.
No, I'm not kidding. No.
See, it's very green to me.
Green? Really?
Yes.
I don't see green at all. Sorry, I just farted.
Gross. Alright. Go feed your dogs, Marcus.
Got him. Look at that. I took out the mech. Got him. Blew him up.
Target has been destroyed.
I haven't been able to... Are you picking him up?
No.
I see. At any rate, let's look for a way in.
D rank? Really? Lame. What's up?
Sitting here. So, what category of game is this?
I'd say it's an action platformer.
Okay. And what does platformer mean?
It's like a run and jump.
Okay.
Could also be mildly bullet hell.
Bullet hell?
Bullet hell.
Never heard of that.
Shoot 'em up.
Oh. I've heard that phrase. Bryson says, already found a motor made by Rotax. I'll probably be pushing 80 miles per hour. Ooh, stay safe though, Bryson.
Yeah. I have a story about this game.
Oh god. Tell it.
So it was 9/11.
Oh god. Jesus.
No, so like it was 9/11, right? And so I had been playing this game and I didn't have a memory card, okay? And so what I did was I just left the PlayStation on all day, like overnight and everything. It was just on because I wanted to beat the game. So one day, 9/11 happened, and I come home from school early because they let us out, and my mom was there, and she had pulled the TV away from the wall, and she had like started like, I came through the door, and there was like this smoke in the air,
Mm.
And I was like, what is going on? And she had been like using a hammer and hammering down the horsehair plaster. She had like a mental break. And she was like, and just removing the, oh my god, he just fucking killed me. So anyway, she put, dude, I'm gonna die. She had a mental break, and she was hammering the horsehair plaster off the wall because she hated the horsehair plaster, but she wanted to like replace it with sheetrock. And on 9/11, she just decided, hey, I'm just gonna start this project and without regard for anything else. And so she ended up, when she moved the PlayStation away from the wall, or the TV console, she knocked the PlayStation off the stand.
Oh.
And the game was in there, and it was spinning, and it destroyed the disc.
Oh no.
And so, in this game, by the way, I honestly have no idea where I got it from, because like it was a Japanese import. I had the Japanese version of the game.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'm like 90% sure I had the Japanese version. Because I don't remember them speaking at all. Or I must have. It could have been an early version of the game that didn't have like voice acting in it or something. But anyway, so ended up. Oh, don't go in there.
Oh damn. I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah. Well, the thing is though, like the it didn't actually. It took a big old chip out of the disc, but it didn't actually destroy the disc completely.
So could you still play it?
Yes. But I got to a certain place in the game and then I couldn't anymore.
Damn, that sucks.
Yep.
Did I ever tell you about how my mom broke my MP3 player screen?
No.
So I had like this little MP3 player. It was hot pink, even though everyone... I think my dad's bought it for me for Christmas, knowing that I hate the color pink. But anyway, it was like little, and the screen was like about the size of your thumbnail. And I was sitting on the floor. We had just moved into like into an apartment when I was like 7th grade or something, and my mom came in. I think she was like Swiffering the floor or something, and like I was sitting on the ground, and I had like my old like Gateway laptop that I mentioned that like it wasn't connected to the internet, so I would just write on it.
Yeah.
And she lifted up the battery pack on the laptop and then like Swiffered under it and then dropped it, and I had my MP3 player on the floor. So the corner of the laptop battery hit my screen on my MP3 player and just broke it, and there was like a little like shattered spot, but like I could still listen to it. So it pretty much worked as like an iPod shuffle, and I'd figured out how to like, you know, how to like put it on shuffle or sort it by name and stuff. Like I figured out how to do it blindly. But then I would sometimes accidentally like mess it up, and I don't remember like if I would like go onto like a radio or something. I don't know if that was like a possibility. But yeah, I learned how to press the hold button on it too. So yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
You'll find out eventually. We'll meet again.
What are you nudging me for?
Because you're cute.
Aww.
What's going on, everybody? Anybody want to chat? Tell us about your day.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear from you.
Bryson asks, so how did yesterday go getting out of the snow? Well,
Bryson.
so when we left off, Gardner tells me, get behind the wheel and I'm gonna push the car. And like I'm slightly embarrassed about it, but I have my learner's permit. It's me driving has been a whole thing, so I'm working on it. This is my second go at trying to learn how to drive. Second in like 10 years. Anyway, so I'm like worried I'm gonna hit Gardner on accident or whatever, but you know.
It wouldn't be so much of a hit as a run over.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna run Gardner over. Anyway, I ask him if he wants me, like he starts shoveling and I'm like, do you need me to help you with that? Because I may not look like much, but I can shovel snow. And he's like, no, it's fine. And he just shovels like all the snow from in front and behind his tires. And then we finally like get out and Gardner's breathing all heavily. And I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then we go to the frickin' dollar store, get him his goddamn Cool Ranch Doritos and some peanut butter M&Ms to wash it down with. We get back, and that's when Gardner tells me, remember when you asked if I was okay in the car? And he said, not really, but whatever. And he goes, I was having an asthma attack.
I didn't
And
realize it.
he didn't realize it until we got home. So Gardner almost died again. And then he starts going, oh, like my back hurts, my shoulders hurt because the snow under the tires was really heavy. And
It wasn't just heavy. It was the heaviest snow I've ever lifted.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Abatal. Thank you for stopping by to say hi. Enjoy your swimming.
Swimming?
Yeah, well, maybe he's on the swim team or something.
I want to go swimming.
Yeah. Bryson also has asthma.
Mm.
But yeah, so Gardner hasn't really been able to lift his arms very high in the last couple days.
Nope.
So I've been doing yoga alone the last couple nights. But I don't want him to get hurt, so I'll do it by myself. But yeah, so the Cool Ranch Doritos were acquired and empty.
Yeah, we ate the whole thing, and we ate most of the frickin' M&Ms too.
Oh, it's pathetic.
Dude, I felt so terrible after that. Like I had a full on asthma attack, and my arms hurt so bad after clearing that snow. Combined with my heart racing and the asthma attack, I literally thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to concern you.
Oh, yeah, so you'd rather just die on me.
No, because I didn't want you to be like, you're having a heart attack, oh, we need to call the fucking ambulance and shit. Because I know you would.
I wouldn't have called an ambulance. That shit's expensive. I had to pay an ambulance bill last year. No, I would have asked your symptoms. I'm still CPR certified until April.
Mm.
So, Bryson said, it's rough when I'm allergic to animals with hooves and live on a farm. That's why I love chickens, because I'm not allergic to them. Ooh. I didn't know there was an allergy of animals with hooves.
Yes, I'm allergic to pretty much every animal with a hoof.
Really?
I'm allergic
I
to...
didn't know that about you.
What? You don't remember me telling you the story about the time I almost died from anaphylactic shock?
No.
Dude, so I was hanging out with my friend Caleb at his grandparents' house. They had a farm. They had pigs. They had sheep. They had horses. And Caleb and I were like, Caleb's like, let's go hang out in the barn. I was like, cool, barns are cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go into the barn, and we're there for a couple minutes. And, you know, I'm following him around because I don't know what the hell to do in a barn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then he asks me a question, and I go, and I was like, whoa, that's weird. And then he turns around and he looks at me and he turns pale white, and apparently, my face, my tongue, my eyes had all swollen to the point where, I mean, I looked like this. I mean, I was like everything was completely swollen, and my eyes, while being like consumed by puffy eyelids, were also poking out of my head.
Oh, jeez.
And so he picked me up and carried me. Caleb was a strong kid, and I didn't realize that I wouldn't be able to walk. And then we went into the house, and my mom was there, and his mom was there, and they called an ambulance, and the ambulance came just in time and gave me a freaking big old shot. I almost died, like
Wow.
legit. Because I'm allergic to horses, I believe.
Damn.
Yep.
Welcome back, Marcus. You missed the harrowing tale of Gardner almost dying from an asthma attack the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And then now we're talking about allergies. I'm allergic to pollen.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm allergic to cats
Mhm.
and dogs.
Mhm.
Mostly dog saliva, though.
Mhm. My old roommate had that too.
Yeah.
You know how I know I'm allergic to pollen?
No.
Because my eye doctor used to put like a Q-tip on my eye and flip up my eyelids and be like, "Yep, you got seasonal allergies."
Oh.
Because I used to get colds all the time as a kid, so like any time I was sneezing, like it didn't like faze me at all. Like I never was like, "Oh, this always happens when the seasons change." Bryson said, "I think it isn't as bad for me, but when I go in a barn with my grandma's sheep, my eyes get swollen, probably because I grew up around animals." Yeah.
Well, having allergies is because you don't have enough exposure, right? As a kid, that's what I thought it was.
I don't know, but can't allergies just like happen? Like they change?
Yeah, they can.
I don't know. Interesting. Bryson said it's a nightmare when your grandma won't take you to the hospital. I'm sitting there dying. Oh no. I can totally hear that, like, tough it up. Marcus says, asthma is no joke. I once slapped a cousin of mine in the belly while wrestling, and he just collapsed and started wheezing. Scared me to death because I'd never seen an asthma attack. Yeah, yikes. That is scary. No, I wasn't trying to make light of Gardner. Like, I was, like, genuinely worried about him last night. But, you know, he made it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. A relative of mine, whom I'll tell you the name of later, a nameless relative of mine was on a school trip once, and he had been like in the bathroom, and then when he came out, like they were like staying in a hotel. It was like 4 guys in a room, and one of the guys was lying on the ground on his back, and my relative didn't see, like, or didn't know why he was lying on the ground, so he put his foot on the kid's stomach and went, "I claim this land for Spain," and everyone was like, "Dude, he's having an asthma attack."
Wow. Is that I don't know if you're
No.
No.
No. Closer.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh no, Marcus, don't worry. I wasn't offended. I said I wasn't picking at you or anything. You just reminded me of that story. Yeah.
Dude, I hate these shielded guys.
The big turtles. That's what they remind me of. I keep thinking those buildings or those containers that you're bombing are like Target stores.
Why? Because it says the word Target?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly why. I mean, no, because they've got those big giant red balls outside. Do you know that the first time Gardner ever held my hand was in a Target?
Oh my god. I knew that.
Yeah. I'm shocked you remember. Since you didn't want to remember my birthday. Or my middle name. So I had to write it down on your whiteboard in the freaking doorway. Marcus says, I love being on this big piece of generationally owned forest land we're on, but a part of me kind of wants to move back to Washington State because I didn't have any allergies when we lived there. I forgot what it was like to not be able to breathe half the year until I moved back here. Oh, Marcus. Jeez. Yeah, breathing's pretty important.
Yeah, you always underestimate
Yeah.
how good it feels to breathe until you can't.
Oh. This is like not even as bad as asthma, but I think it was the last night you were able to do yoga with me. We're doing yoga with Adrian's 30-day challenge, the new one this year. And she was making us do this thing called box breathing, where you inhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, and then hold that for 4 seconds. And I've always known that my lung capacity is not very high, but I genuinely thought I might pass out when we were holding the breath after the exhale. That was really hard. I was I couldn't wait till it was over. Bryson says, it's annoying though because I can't do sports and run. Oh, Bryson. Yeah.
Whereabouts do you live? I don't want to know exactly where, but
give
I'm
us
just
your
curious.
coordinates.
Yeah, give us your GPS coordinates.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking mid-continent or mid-Atlantic. I mean, or
Who are you asking?
The South.
Bryson.
Bryson, yeah. You live in the South, in the Northeast, in the Northwest. I'm just curious.
Heartland of America.
Heartland.
The bread basket.
Near Kansas City, Missouri. Bro, I used to live in Kansas City.
Nice.
Not in Kansas City. I lived in a small town, a suburban area outside of Kansas City. But yeah, I lived there for a while. I hated it. I hated it so much.
Can I keep singing the same old song? I'm
going back to Kansas City.
Check out the song Kansas City by the New Basement Tapes. It's one of my favorite songs.
Can you look up a cheat code for me? I just want cheats right now.
Sure.
I just want a cheat.
Going back to Kansas City. What game?
Silent Bomber. Oh my god.
Silent Bomber. Oh, what do you want?
Silent Bomber. Oh, it came with some. Infinite Napalm, max set, max lock range, max score, have all characters, all targets destroyed, infinite shields, infinite health, invincibility, infinite napalm, infinite E-chips. That's what I want. Alright. Alright. That's what I want. Uh-oh.
Is it not working?
I can't move the cursor down to the bottom.
Oh. I love you, dear, but just how love can I keep singing?
There we go. Look at that. I got 99 E-chips now. Hell yeah. See this? Freaking boom. Got all of them. Got the max stuff. Because what good is gaming if you can't have fun your own way, right?
Yeah. Well, anytime I play The Sims, I'm like Motherlode or whatever it is, Rosebud.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, testing cheats on, and then you can turn off the needs decay.
Yep.
And then you just do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Turn off aging.
That's how I play. That's how I play The Sims.
Yeah, because it's like, it's so frustrating having to be like, oh, they need to go to the bathroom, and now they need to eat, and now they need to take a shower, and it's like, Marcus says, I tried to play each game once normally, but after that, all bets are off with normally in quotations. And then
Took him out. Look at that.
Marcus says, I remember using things like Quarry or Pepperoni Pizza to get resources in Age of Empires. Yes.
Yep. AOE, my dude. Oh, I love that
Ugh.
game.
At one point, Gardner told me that was one of my favorite things about him, was that I played Age of Empires.
Hell yeah.
See, when I was a kid, like 5, my uncle was playing the first one, and he was like telling my brother about it, because my brother's really into history. And I thought he was saying Age of Vampires, so I was like kind of scared of it. And then we had 2 years later at my dad's house, and my brothers were playing it, and I was like, this doesn't have any vampires in it, like, and then I started playing it, and I thought it was really fun. But yeah, I remember we had like a list of all the cheats, like, printed out, like my stepdad printed them out for us. What was Gold Rush one of them or
I
something?
think so.
Yeah, all I really remember is Quarry or Pepperoni Pizza too.
I successfully hacked into their system. My sabotage should have been flawless.
Marcus says, my first ever game of Age of Empires was in college. We did a LAN game. I thought I was doing good, and this dude teaching me just showed up with like 100 villagers and just destroyed my whole
100
village.
villagers, dude.
Oh no, Marcus. I'm so sorry. See, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't. Not to someone who was just learning the first time.
Dude, I have so many stories about real-time strategy games. So, one time I was playing Command & Conquer Red Alert 2 with my cousin, and I convinced him... Oh my gosh, I keep doing that. I convinced him to install a custom rules file that I had created. And one of the hero characters was Tanya, right? And Tanya, if you don't know, she would get one-hit kills on most infantry, right? And she had C4 explosives that could destroy a building in one hit, but she had to get right up close to the building in order to destroy it, right? So I convinced him to install my my rules file, because typically you could only have one Tanya on a map at once, right?
Alright, hang on. Have fun cleaning, Bryson. Hope to see you soon. Continue.
So you could only typically have one one Tanya at a time on the map per team. But I ended up making it so that my team could have as many Tanyas as I wanted. Actually, I think either team could have as many Tanyas as they wanted, but the problem was he didn't know that. So, oh yeah, and Tanyas could swim like really fast, and they could go across the map super fast. But I made it so that my Tanyas had pretty much infinite health. I mean, it was like the max health you could have, and ended up I built like a whole bunch of Tanyas, and I had them swimming up at the top of the map, and then and he, like, every time you would move them, they would go, "Sir, yes sir," or they'd go ha 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 ha, like that. And so and sometimes, depending, like, I don't know if it was random or something, but your opponents could hear your Tanyas making noise, right? So I had a whole bunch of Tanyas, and every time I would move them, like, at least 2 or 3 of them would laugh simultaneously. And Matt, like, I was on the phone with him, because this was before we had Discord. So I was on the phone with him, and he's like, "Why do I keep hearing Tanya's laugh?" And I was like, maybe because I have a Tanya on the map. And he goes, "Yeah, but it's like a lot of Tanyas." And I was like, "Yeah, it is." And then he ended up seeing all of my Tanyas, and his reaction was, "Holy hell! Where did you get all these Tanyas?" And I remember being like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "Did they change the rules?" And I go, "No, but I did." And I cheated. I felt good about it.
Jeez. Howdy, Tanner. Thanks for joining us.
Oh my gosh, this is killing me. Dude. Got him.
Got him. Marcus says my wife and I played Battle for Wesnoth.
Mm-hmm.
And older versions didn't used to check files, so once I edited my copy of the files for the team I use, and her game just accepted it, so I one hit everything.
That's awesome. Hey, I got a C rank that time instead of a D.
Congrats, you're going up. C's get degrees, Gardner.
Yeah, they do.
I think I only had 2 C's in college, and they were my lowest grades, not to brag.
Oh.
But one of them was in public speaking,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other one was in the one math class I had to take in college. So I was pretty damn proud of that C I got in math, because I did not think I was going to pass that class. You know what it was called? It was called Survey of Math.
Oh, yeah?
And it was described to me by my advisor, who, like, totally got it, where he was like, it's the math class for the people that don't want to have to take math.
There you go.
And when I finished it, I was so excited, because I was like, I never have to take math ever again.
Hell yeah. I'm not a big math guy.
No, it sucks.
I can, like, tell a computer how to do math pretty well. That's about it.
Yeah. And, like...
I have to, like, Google, like, formulas and stuff.
Yeah, like...
It doesn't come to me naturally.
My type of math that I like to do is, like... Or, like, problem solving is, like, those logic puzzles. I have, like, a book of them in the living room. Yeah. Like, those ones where it's, like, the grid, and then you have to, like... use, like, the process of elimination to, like, figure out what goes with what. That's the kind of math I like.
Yeah.
It's not really math, but it's problem solving. And when I was a substitute teacher, I spent a lot of time in this one 4th grade class, and I made them do those one day, because I was like, these are fun, and then the kids actually liked them. Most of them liked them, which was fun. Marcus says, a C in public speaking, yet here you are streaming in front of the whole world. Yes. Look at me now, Dr. Wagner. And I know, it's weird, because it was like one of my best friends in college was in that class, and then the professor was like one of my favorite professors, and like, she was like the first one I ever met, like at, like this prospective students day thing, which happened the day, like the weekend after the Boston bombing. In Providence. So, like, we didn't even... It was, like, this whole weekend event. And
you were in Providence the weekend of the Boston bombing?
I was still in Maine when it happened.
Oh.
But that weekend after, they literally caught the guy while I was at a hypnotist event during that weekend. Like, this douchebag hypnotist was doing a show, and some guy, like, raised his hand and was like, they found him. They found him in a boat or something, yeah. So anyway.
Oh, yeah, they did find him in a boat.
Yeah, so earlier that night I had met this professor for dinner, and she told the story about 20 different times to me and, like, to other classes and stuff, where she was like, I don't know if you noticed this, Emily, but when we were talking, I was checking my phone the whole time because I was looking for updates on if they found him or not. And so then, like, my senior year, my best friend from college and I were asked to like go talk to like the incoming freshmen or something, and I like told my friend, like, I was like, $20. Dr. Wagner brings up the Boston bombing, and the first thing out of her mouth was, actually, when Emily and I met, they caught the Boston bomber, and I just looked at my friend and I went, told you, and like everyone just died. But yeah, no, I remember like my mom called and was like, is this thing still happening because of the whole like bombing situation? And they were like, yeah, no, we're still gonna do it. So yeah, it was wild.
Have I told the story about when my Boston bombing story?
No,
You know it, right?
I don't know if I do.
So I think you do. So my girlfriend at the time and I, she had bought me tickets to go see the Book of Mormon musical for my birthday. And the Boston bombing happened in April, right?
Right.
If I remember. And so November is my birthday, so we were really excited, and we bought tickets. We bought a hotel room and all this stuff to go see the Book of Mormon musical off Broadway in Boston. And we get down there, and it's the night of. We're ready to go. We're on the subway. We're wearing nice clothes to go into the theater, and we're on the frickin' subway. And there's a dude at the back of the train, looking real sketch, staring us down because we're wearing nice clothes. And I swear to God, it was that guy.
Like, which one? The one that died or the one that's in jail?
The one that's in jail. Yokar Zarnaya or whatever.
Yeah.
So I swear to God, like I saw pictures of. I mean, it was that weekend. Like we got back to Maine on Sunday, and then that happened that night or that next day, or what? It was like Monday morning, right?
I remember I was on high school vacation. I was on vacation, and I remember like a bunch of my friends were. There was like a trip to Paris and Italy, like France and Italy, and a bunch of my friends were over. Like they were like, I think they'd like just arrived when it happened. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it was a Wednesday, but we've talked a lot about like national tragedies, like more than we usually do, which is really only twice tonight, but still.
Shields at 20%? Oh man, we're in trouble. God save me, I promise.
April 15th, 2013.
Yeah, it was like a Monday that it happened. I'm pretty sure.
What date? Jesus Christ, Gardner.
I'm sorry, I can't hold it in.
Really? The end?
Apparently it was a Monday.
Yeah.
Right. Nice.
Because I remember we got home on Sunday night,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got in my car and I was driving to work, and it had happened, and I was like, we were just there, and then I saw pictures of the guy. I had to restart this whole level. That sucks. And so we ended up getting back. I saw pictures of him, and I was like, dude, that's the guy I saw on the bus or on the train. I was like, that it looks just like him. And I had a really, really awful feeling about the guy too. I was like, that's got to be the guy.
Yep. That's your intuition told you could have. Never mind. Marcus says, I tell kids here all the time that if they don't remember anything beyond multiplication and division, remember the Pythagorean theorem because that's how you square up a porch or chicken house. That's good advice. I remember the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Are you leaving?
I gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah, you do. No, that's a good point, Marcus, because there's not a whole lot of math I've been doing lately after being told many times in school that I'm going to do math the rest of my life and that I'm never going to have a calculator on hand, even though the future is now. How's everyone doing tonight? By the way, I hope we haven't ruined the mood by bringing up awful tragedies. Marcus, I even showed my mom once when I built a deck for her how you can have all four sides the same length and it not be a square, because diamonds also can have 4 equal sides. Marcus, I never thought of it that way. This is embarrassing. My dad is a math teacher. You'd think I'd be way better. Or he used to be a math teacher. Math and English, middle school. I remember one time I went to my dad's house and I brought my algebra homework with me. And, like, I saw a meme once about, like, some of you never got yelled at by your dad at the kitchen table when he helped you with math homework, and it shows. And I was just like, yeah. Because I got not really yelled at, but he was pretty frustrated that I was having such a tough time with foil. First, outer, inner, last. There's a great story of my lack of math skills helping me bamboozle my dad once, where he's like big on, like, he thinks movie ratings are the law. Like, if it was like the day before my 13th birthday, he wouldn't have let me watch a PG-13 movie. No matter how many times I would remind him that the PG stands for parental guidance. But anyway, when I was like 15, my stepdad and I got real into watching scary movies together. And I really wanted to watch Halloween, and my stepdad is like way less strict about movies. But he knew my dad would have a problem with it, and so we kind of like coaxed my dad into letting me watch it, but he was very reluctant. Was like, oh, I just really don't think you should be watching this. I think you're too young. And my stepdad was like, I'll skip over like the one sex scene and whatever. Like, there's barely any blood. Like, it's gonna be fine. But anyway, so we start watching it, and I had a vague idea that the movie came out in 1978, and then a title card came up where it was like, you know, whatever, Halloween 1978, and my dad came in and he goes, oh, I'm still not sure if you should be watching this. And oh no, he didn't. He comes in and he says, I saw this movie in theaters when I was, when it came out. And I was like, Dad, this movie came out in 1978. And he goes, yeah. And I said, and you were born in 1964? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, oh, so you were 14, like younger than I was. Anyway, it was a great moment. Like, I guess my dad he probably just wasn't even thinking about it, but I like my narrative about he just didn't think I was good enough at doing math to be able to do that subtraction. Anyway. Interesting, Marcus. I'm gonna have to read what you said again to Gardner, because I'm sure he's got a good opinion on that, or whatever. Yeah. No, I it gets weird because like I feel like I like the idea of math, and like I know people who are like, oh well, it's great because there's only one way to answer. Like, there's only, like, there's no whatever. I don't know. I can't even. I'm so tired. I can't even formulate a sentence. But it was something about how, like, you can't bullshit math. Like, you're either right or you're wrong. That was it. But like I actually liked that about English, where it's like you could write your way into having a correct answer if you really tried. Yeah, Marcus, that's awesome. I never did pre-calc. I think my senior year of high school, like I had already fulfilled my math requirement. Like we didn't need to go past algebra 2, but like they had like calc and AP calc and stats and stuff, and I was like, if I don't have to take one of these, I'm not. So I didn't. And then I had to do that one math class in college, and that was pretty much just like a rehashing of algebra and other like geometry and stuff. I weirdly I remember like enjoying calculating slope in middle school. Like I got y equals mx plus b like down in 8th grade, but other than that, I'm just not about math. But when I subbed 4th grade, I had to relearn how to do long division, and then I found myself really enjoying long division as like a 23-year-old. Oops. Did anyone have to learn like a foreign language in high school? Because we didn't really have to, but it was like strongly recommended. And I did German, which was really fun. But I kind of wish I'd done Latin, because I really like a lot of stuff about words and root words and all that kind of stuff. Like I find that really interesting. But I did German because that's what my brother did. So I did a lot of stuff because my brother did it, because I knew if he did it, then it must have been safe. Yeah, Marcus. I mean, I don't have any kids, but I used to work in childcare, and it was full time during COVID, and so we would have like they had this weird schedule where like half of a class was there on like Monday, Thursday, and then the other half was at school like Tuesday, Friday, and like they just kind of switched every day. And so when we had kids all day, we would have to do homework with them like 3 different times a day, and like I would try to help them do their math, and they like they don't even know what like carrying a 10 is, or like carrying a 1, carrying a 2. Like they do like regrouping, and like I would just be like, look, like I don't know how to do it, but like I'll get you the right answer, just not in the way your teacher wants. Like I'm sorry. And yeah, like it was shocking to me. Like I feel like a lot of when I learned like basic math growing up, that it was like, here are your tables, you learn them. And like I was shocked, like I would be asking these 2nd graders like, what's 8 plus 2, and like to me in my head immediately that's 10, but these kids would have to be like 11, and I'd be like, no, it's 10. You know what I mean? Like they don't learn math. They don't learn math the same anymore, Gardner.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Marcus is saying the same thing too with his daughter. Oh, Marcus also said this, and I wanted you to read it.
I don't love math, but I tolerate the bits I need. I read once that it actually requires certain changes in the wiring and growth of your brain to properly understand certain things. Yes. That's absolutely true.
Cool. I thought you'd have something more interesting to say about that.
No, I mean, dude, I can the brain is a muscle, right? And like when I'm doing programming, I can absolutely feel a difference in my thought processes
Mm-hmm.
to when I'm, not programming,
Mm-hmm.
because like it requires like a fundamentally different way of thinking to be a programmer.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also all language based, like programming. I think you would be an excellent programmer if you took the time and learned how to do it, because programming, the biggest indicator of aptitude for programming
Mm-hmm.
is language arts skills.
You told me that on our first date.
Did I really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I said I didn't like math, I liked English, and you were like, well, programming, you'd be surprised.
You make fun of me?
No, not at all. Marcus said that's why repetition is key. Even if you don't get it, if you just keep doing it, eventually those connections will grow and it becomes easier. Yeah. That is true. It's like, it reminds me of like when I was in high school chorus and we would learn a song, but we'd learn like the first line like 4 times, and then we do the first line and the second one, and it just got easier to like do it that way.
Yep.
Doe a deer, a female deer. What's the blue thing coming from your face? This triangle.
That?
Yeah.
It's the lock on.
Oh.
So I can like lock onto things that way.
Oh. Napalm full.
See? See that?
Mhm.
That's not napalm. This one's napalm.
Mhm.
And it makes fire.
What is napalm?
It's a chemical that burns. And it's sticky. And it sticks to things and it burns.
Oh.
It's a weapon in Vietnam.
Mhm.
What?
Marcus said she was wanting a whole in-depth and thoughtful analysis and just got, yup.
I don't know what you wanted me to say.
Well, I don't know. I thought you would say something interesting. I thought you'd, like, that sounded like something you would have a lot to say about. And I said that. I said, when Gardner comes back, I'm going to read him that thing.
Look, I'm not interesting. I don't know where you get this idea that I'm interesting. I'm not.
You are. I mean, I don't find a lot of the stuff you find interesting at all, but I think you're an interesting person. You got an interesting family.
Should we put my mom on blast?
That wasn't even what I was thinking about. But I was just thinking how, like, I told you, like, one of the first things I ever said to your sister was how, like, your guys' family makes mine look really boring.
Yeah, meanwhile, you've told me some things that is on par with my family.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Hello, Lucy in chat. Shall we tell?
Now, my mom came up
She's
with some
so
harebrained
sweet.
schemes sometimes. And this one that she came up with today was how she could get a new... Okay, wait.
Yeah. Okay. Question.
I don't want to say names or anything.
No, that's fine. Here, let's ask. Say you needed a new stove, and say you had an ex-significant other who you bought a fridge for, and then after you bought that person that fridge, they bought a new stove even though they didn't need one, and then you needed a stove, and you thought, hey, like, would you ask that person to give you their new stove they bought to impress you?
Mm-hmm.
If that made any sense at all.
No. Dude, I don't know, man. Like the stuff, like the thing is, it's like the thing is, like she will buy people stuff that costs $1,000, but when it comes to buying herself something that costs $300, she feels guilty, like she doesn't deserve it.
I
And
know.
that's
She does.
she definitely does. That's the issue we're facing here, because we're turning the studio space that was going to be where we did our studio. We're turning that into an apartment for her, because she has multiple sclerosis and she needs support. So anyway, we're doing that, and she has money that she's going to use to buy stuff and pay for the renovation, or parts of it anyway. And she doesn't want to spend money on herself, but she'll spend a lot more money on other people. And it's like, dude, I can't. I don't understand it. Maybe because I don't. Whoa! Did you see that?
Yeah.
Both screens went all glitched for a second. That was weird.
It's like you when you were sleeping the other night.
Yeah.
In case anyone didn't hear, because I don't think anyone was in the chat when I told that story. Lucy says I find that reasonable.
I don't. I mean, with more context, I don't think it's. I think it's less reasonable with more context. But we're not going to expound on it.
I pretty much did, but it wasn't very coherent. But no, the other night when we were I wasn't really asleep, and I couldn't tell if you were asleep yet because you weren't snoring. But you twitched, or you made some weird noise and moved, and I was just like, "Are you okay?" And you went, "Oh, I'm just glitching out." And then I said, "What does that mean?" And then you didn't say anything, and didn't know about it until the night after happened. Hello, Bryson. Welcome back.
Hello, Bryson. You know what I am in the mood for, and I've never been in the mood for this before?
What?
StarCraft. Did you ever play StarCraft?
No, I was afraid you were gonna be like, I want this other snack food, and then have to get your car out of the snow again.
No. My car's not even in the snow.
I know. No.
What?
I was saying you were gonna want a snack that we don't have in the house, then get stuck in the snow again on the quest to go find it. But then you mentioned you wanted to play another game. Marcus said couldn't tell if he was asleep because he wasn't snoring. Sounds like my wife. Yeah. Dude, one time, the first time Gardner ever slept over, or whatever, the first time we ever were asleep in a bed together, he started snoring before he was even asleep. Do you remember that?
No.
You slept at my place and you were like, I'm gonna snore, and then you just went and I was like, are you awake? And you went, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do.
I was probably asleep.
Probably. I would hope so. Lucy said, I find that reasonable, as in, you're buying this for me, not yourself, then you gift it to them.
Wait, no, I don't know if you told the story correctly. So the question is, if you bought something for someone, and then they bought something for themselves
that they didn't need
because
they already had one that worked well,
would it be okay for you to ask them to give you the thing they bought for themselves?
Yeah.
No, is my answer.
Meaning a stove.
Yeah. You buy someone an appliance, then they buy an appliance for themselves that they don't need. Would it be reasonable after they have it installed for a couple months and they're using it? Would it be acceptable for you to ask them for the thing that they bought for themselves?
If I ask him if he still has the old one, I'm gonna ask and that still works. Can I get the new one?
And can I get the new one?
Right, what?
Not the old one.
And then I'm trying to like hide my face because I don't know how to respond. Oh, Emily, what do you think? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't ask someone that.
No.
I know, and I told you later, I'm like, I would ask for the old one if I'm gonna ask for any of them.
Right.
I love your mom. She's so sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm dealing with, folks.
Mm-hmm. Lucy said not the new one, but the old one. Yeah. I don't know. Marcus said, yesterday I was playing with my little girl and fake snored. And she just straight face looked at me and said, that's not how you snore? I love that. Bryson said, my sister hates it when my dad hates my dad snores. Yeah. I don't think my dad snores. My stepdad does. And my stepdad says that when my dad snores, when he snores, my dad will like wake him up and be like, "You're snoring," and then go back to sleep. I don't know why I find that hilarious.
They kind of remind me of Bert and Ernie a
They
little bit.
absolutely my dads are Bert and Ernie, and like actually canon gay. It's so true. Like I think multiple people have said that about them.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Yeah.
Put down the ducky. I love
Yeah,
Sesame
put
Street. I
down
don't
the
even give a
ducky.
shit what anyone says.
Put down the ducky if you want to play the saxophone. Lucy says, ask for the new one, but say that the old one is fine. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Suddenly my life has turned into an episode of Seinfeld.
Mom, why would you ask for the new stove?
Just get the old stove!
Why do you even need one of his stoves anyway? That wasn't that bad.
That was not bad.
I think my Seinfeld impression's getting better now that we've been watching it a lot. Lucy says that's just an art of the deal, R.I.P. Good guy. Oh no.
What happened?
The Art of the Deal was a book.
It's a
written.
Donald Trump book.
Yeah. That's what I was knowing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. We watched, my brother put on the Sesame Street documentary on HBO on Christmas Eve, and we watched that with him.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good.
Put down the ducky.
Yeah, put down the ducky.
You know what game I'd like to play right now too?
What?
There was like a Farscape video game that came out in the 90s that I'd like to play. I couldn't think of the name of it for a second.
You know what I would like to play again?
What?
My Tarzan computer game, the Activision one. I never got past the level where the elephants stampede.
No. What?
Okay. Marcus says there was a Farscape video game. Lucy said, "Rip, not R.I.P. It's a ghost-written book, and it's clear that Donald Trump never read it."
It's a what?
Ghost-written book, and it's clear that DT never read it.
Oh yeah, it was ghostwritten. Yeah.
Yeah, of course it was. Bryson, I used to like Sesame Street, but it changed too much. Oh no.
Did it change?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I like don't really remember watching it when I was little. Like I was more into like
Arthur.
Oh hell yeah, I loved Arthur.
See, I watched a lot of Sesame Street.
Well, you got like a lot of younger siblings.
But I was also like that was like the
kid.
show when I was a kid.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? Sunny days, chasing the clouds away. Do do do. To where the air is clear.
Sweet.
Sweet.
I'm a little offended that you didn't know that.
Again, I don't really remember watching it that much. Lucy said it did. I've watched a few 70s episodes. Yeah, there used to be like those cartoons and stuff, right?
Yeah, they're still cartoons, aren't
Are there? I don't know. I don't really remember it. I think Elmo made me uncomfortable when I was a kid.
they? Yeah.
And
Elmo might be the worst character from that show. Like, Elmo is awful.
Yeah. If I had to pick a favorite, it would be Snuffleupagus. One of my mom's favorite songs from it is I Love My Elbow. Or no, it might be my dad. I don't know. One of my parents likes the, like, it gets straight to the point. I love my elbow. It's my favorite joint.
Mm-hmm.
I think my brother loved, because he loved the song, like, Two Princes by Spin Doctors, because they went on Sesame Street and did a version of that about sharing.
Nice.
If you want to call me baby, just go ahead now.
Oh my god. Go up.
Marcus, I was a Cartoon Network kid. Me too. I
Oh.
remember counting down the days to Cartoon when Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Lab, Cow and Chicken, etc. all debuted. Dude, I think that's probably what I remember most was it was Toon Disney and Cartoon Network. But yeah, no, I love Dexter's Lab and Johnny Bravo.
I can't.
That was awful. Can you do it, Johnny Bravo? You just kind of have to try to do all of this. That's very butthead, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do the monkey with me.
I can't.
That was Johnny Bravo.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, my mom. Hello, Broadway. Welcome. We're talking about shows we watched when we were kids. But yeah, my mom wouldn't let me watch Cow and Chicken when I was little. Like, I remember being 4 and trying to watch it, and if she knew I was watching it, she would have changed the channel.
Yeah.
But I did like it when I had my secret moments. And you know, it was one of my favorite movies when I was growing up.
What?
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. It was a made for video release, and it's actually scary.
Got him.
And it had real monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's great. It was on Netflix a couple years ago, and I watched it again, and I was like, wow, this held up. Lucy,
I
whoa.
never had Cartoon Network growing up. But what we did was we would pirate shows when I was a kid. And one of the shows that we pirated was C-Lab.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for me, you better check under the sea, 'cause that is where you'll find me, underneath the sea, lab, underneath the water. What?
Oh my god. Lucy in chat said Elmo definitely changed Sesame Street.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Bryson remembers watching Barney a lot as a kid. So did I. I love you.
Barney was after my
You
time.
love me.
It was too childish for me when it came out.
Emily.
I still watched PBS Kids, but I didn't watch Barney because it was too babyish.
Mm-hmm. Teletubbies. I also
Oh,
watched
that was
Teletubbies.
way past my time. That show came out when I was like a pre-adolescent. I was like 8 or like 10 or 11 when that show came out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was right on target. Lucy said my favorite kids show has always been Blue's Clues,
Yep.
and the worst changes have been left in the past. What does that mean?
And the what?
the worst changes have been left in the past. Broadway says, how has your week been? It's not been too bad. How has it been for you? Did we do anything? Did anything big happen? Gardner
It hurt
almost
my
died
soul.
of an asthma attack and almost broke his arms and back. But other than that, all in the pursuit of Doritos.
You can't fault me for that.
But other than that, it's been pretty good. Marcus said Mom didn't like it because she said cow was vulgar, but I don't think she ever actually saw the gay devil or she would have died. Yeah, no, my mom was definitely in the same camp as you, Marcus. No pun intended with the word camp. I know in the UK they say camp a lot when they mean like effeminate gay.
Oh.
Broadway Teletubbies, yeah, that's a English show, right?
Yeah.
Because the telly. I
I think, you know what? I think Teletubbies is freaking vulgar.
It's creepy.
I hate it. Everything about it is disgusting.
my aunt made me a Lala costume
Oh.
for like my third birthday. Not third birthday, my third Halloween.
Like, which one's Lala?
The yellow one.
Oh.
Lala was my favorite. And my dad probably still has that picture somewhere.
Dude, okay, I'm not kidding. Like, when I was a kid, you're like in between Jared and me from age, right? Or Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jared and me.
I'm like right between your middle brothers.
Yeah. So I was really proud of my youngest brothers for also hating that show. Like.
No, I mean, I was like 2.
Oh my
3.
God.
Looking back, I'm like, that's creepy. But yeah. Marcus says, come along with the Snorks, sing along with the Snorks, so much to see waiting for you and me. I never watched the Snorks, but I remember it being, I mean, I don't remember it, but I remember learning that it was a thing. Did you ever watch the Snorks?
Never even heard of it.
Wasn't it kind of like the Smurfs, but like underwater? Maybe, I don't know. Lucy said the Blues Room era of Blue's Clues.
The what era?
Okay. Lucy said earlier, my favorite kids show has always been Blue's Clues, and the worst changes have been in the past. The Blues Room era of Blue's Clues is sad. Or sad face.
See, I always liked Blue's Clues because, like, I'm on the spectrum, and it always, like, really appealed to me. It was calm. It was not, like, shouting at you. And, I mean, Blue's Clues was after I was, I was, like, 8 or 9 when that show came out, but I watched it on Saturday mornings on CBS because I liked it. It was just fun. It taught kids critical thinking. And I knew that even back then. I was like, this is good.
Blue's Clues premiered the year after I was born.
What?
Yeah.
How? Wait, what year?
96? You know what year I was born. I'm gonna have to add it to my list of fun facts on the wall if it's not already there. Yes, okay, so I was right. Marcus said it's the Snorks is basically Smurfs underwater. I'm pretty sure I remember they even had a crossover episode with the Smurfs once. Nice. Oh. And I see Braunwaith was also a fan of Blue's Clues. I remember getting to stay up an extra half hour to watch the special episode of Blue's Clues where was it Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper? Where they had Paprika, their baby. And that was a pretty special night. Braunwaith, which game is this? Sorry.
It's called Silent Bomber.
Yeah.
For the PlayStation 1.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot you were even playing a game, and I've been, like, looking at the TV. I love you. I do.
I love you. This game is so much fun, by the way. I don't know.
Bryson said, come on, I've had a girlfriend for 5 months, and I know when she was born. There's like a 95% chance he was joking.
No, I literally wasn't thinking, and I was just like, "What year?" I couldn't do the math. I couldn't even. You said it was the year before you were born,
I
and
said
I
the
didn't
year
realize.
after I was born.
Whatever. I see. This is what I'm talking
He
about.
just doesn't listen.
No, I was listening, but I can't. I wasn't like paying attention enough to be able to go. Oh, I have the knowledge to discern for myself the number, the year that Blue's Clues came out. I didn't.
What's my birthday?
May the 4th, 95.
Thank you.
I actually gave you the correct number.
You did. I'm really proud of you. Lucy was born in 97. I know I'm older than you. Just kidding. Congrats. Ugh. Wait, should we go... should we find out information on Lucy's Chinese zodiac?
Oh my god.
Callback. And then Bronwyn is 98. I'm an old lady, Gardner.
Bronwyn was, wow.
Yeah. Oh. So Lucy's an ox. Very cool. I'm still a pig. A wood pig. And Bronwyn's a tiger. Yeah. Congrats, Bronwyn. You're gonna... I've seen a meme before where it's like, after you turn 25, you like don't really even know. You know, you just know you're 20-something, but you're not 30 yet. And I'm experiencing that too. Oh, Lucy says my entire zodiac matches up with Walt Disney, and that's spooky coincidence. That is pretty spooky. I have the same birthday as Mike Dirk from Green Day. That has nothing to do with Chinese zodiac, but we have the same like astrological zodiac.
I share a birthday with Mark Twain and Alicia Cuthbert.
Alicia, is it Alicia?
I don't know. And
She
then,
spells it like my friend Alicia.
And then who's the other guy? Ben Stiller.
Nice.
Yeah.
I probably have more birthday buddies. Oh, Will Arnett. Will Arnett is my birthday buddy. Curtis Connor. Marcus says that cutscene at the first where the main character got traumatized led me to think there would be more cutscenes and such, but maybe I just haven't paid attention. The gameplay looks awesome though. No, there hasn't been another cutscene.
I've skipped the cutscenes
Oh,
because
you have?
I have contempt for cutscenes.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
as you well know.
This is probably why he doesn't like, or why he likes this game so much. If there's no cutscenes,
They're skippable. That's why I like it.
Brownwith says, "Are you meant to feel like an adult yet? I feel like I'm faking it for the real adults to believe me. 100%. I still feel like I'm 16 half the time."
I find that so weird because for me, like, I hear people say that a lot. Dude, my grandpa would say that, like, oh, I still feel like a young man. I feel like I'm 21, even though and then I look in the mirror and I'm like 89. And I'm like, I'm over here 34 today, right? And I feel like a very old man. I am a curmudgeon.
Yeah.
I am grumpy. I want everybody to just leave me alone.
Yeah, but when you say grumpy, I think of like a little kid that's like grumpy.
Well, that's your perception. That's not my fault.
Grouchy. It seems more old to me.
How am I not grouchy?
You're not. You're very nice. But no, Bronwyn, yeah, I don't feel like I feel old when I look in the mirror and I see all my premature gray hairs poking out of my head. I feel old when the people I meet are like, "Oh, I thought you were 26." And I'm like, "No, I'm 27. Thanks." You know what? Gardner is 7 years older than me, and we have this like local group of friends, and we went out and Gardner said that he was like 34, I think, or 33 at the time, and they were like, "We thought you were 24." So they thought I was older than Gardner by a year or two.
That's hilarious. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I was so offended. Lucy says, I highly enjoy the Yakuza series, but I know now that Gardner wouldn't because it's pretty much cutscene the game.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
why
we
I
did
don't like
that.
Metal Gear as well. Because it's all cutscenes, and I'm over here like, just give me some fun shit to do. If I wanted to watch a movie, I'd watch a movie. What? And you say I'm not a grumpy old curmudgeon.
That's true. You are. Marcus says, I'm 35 and I feel like I'm old as hell when I see people born in 96 making YouTube videos running their own lives.
Wait, what? Say that one more time.
Marcus says, I'm 35 and I feel like I'm old as hell when I see people born in 96 making YouTube videos running their own lives.
Yes.
I agree. I had to learn when I worked at summer camps to like stop asking the kids like what year they were born, because like one year it was like I was born in 2010, like I was in high school, ew, like, or like I knew kids that like I did the math and I was like I was a freshman in college, like I just started my freshman year of college when you were born, like ew. Bryson says, since my hair is red, it's going to be white when I get older. Then I can be Santa Claus. Aww. That's cute, yeah. I said my hairs were gray, but they're more white than gray, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, I mean, I feel like could look kind of cool if I went fully white, but... Because I always wondered what I'd look like as a blonde. And then if my hair gets white, I can just dye it. And I don't have to worry about bleaching my hair. Just kidding. But yeah. I think I said once to my mom that, like, I always feel like I should be the youngest person in a group no matter where I am, like, in the room or whatever, because I was for the longest time, like, in my family. Like, on my mom's side, I had a solid 21-year run as the youngest kid, and then my niece was born. Brownman said, didn't Metal Gear Solid 4 have 10 hours of gameplay and 9 hours of cutscenes, if I remember correctly? Like, that's way too much cutscenes. I agree. Oh, Marcus, I hate to run, guys, but my wife and kids are waiting for me to kick their butts at 4-player Brawlhalla, so I'm going to play with them and then get them in bed. Have a great time,
great
Marcus.
night.
You sound like a great husband and dad. That's awesome. Thanks for coming. But no, Bronwave, I enjoy cutscenes, and I agree that that's way too much.
I hate cutscenes. I
I know
think they're
you do.
contemptible.
Oh, Gardner, he's so dramatic.
You
See,
think I'm joking?
You say you're a curmudgeon, but then you get this shit-eating grin on your face.
Yeah.
You
How else
smile.
am I supposed to express my curmudgeonness by being an asshole?
Yeah, I guess.
No.
Bryson said it does suck though, since it is red. I sunburn really easily. Yeah. I've often felt like I am a redhead in everything but hair color, because I'm also very pale, and I burn really easily.
Yeah.
I never used to get tan until I started working at summer camps and was outside all day, and then I think my skin was like, I guess that we have to do this so we can stop just getting burns. Either that or it's just scars.
Could you put Silent Bomber as the game? I thought we were gonna like switch games, so I didn't put a game in, but
Okay. Lucy in chat says Yakuza games have a 10-to-1 gameplay cutscene ratio, and yet the Yakuza games also have a lot of story. Well, yeah, I would imagine. Where is it?
scroll down. Not there. Scroll down.
What are you talking about?
Scroll down.
What? I can't scroll anywhere. What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Silent
Yep. Bomber.
Bomber. 99.
Mm-hmm.
I was 4 when this came out. How does that make you feel?
Like you're holding shit over my head.
Bronwith was only 2. No, 1. Lucy was 2.
Jesus Christ.
How old were you? 11?
You do the math.
You were 11. You're probably 10 technically, unless it came out after November 30th. Brownmouth says, I like how Diablo 3 did dialogue and storytelling, but not short movies, but people talking as you kick butt.
See, I'm not against story in video games. I'm against cutscenes. Like, Half-Life has a great story, and it doesn't weigh the game down with cutscenes. Environmental storytelling is incredibly important. It's something that should be done, but it doesn't get done. You know, like the original Halo has a good story, but it doesn't like weigh down the gameplay, or the game is fun enough that the story is interesting to me. Also, it's set in, you know, a sci-fi universe, which I love.
Mm.
I've always loved sci-fi.
Hungry.
Yeah. Can't say the same.
Pull yourself together.
That's what I have to say about that. See, there was a cutscene. I just skipped it.
Yep.
S rank.
Is that good?
Yeah, S rank's top tier.
Above A.
Mm-hmm.
What does the S stand for?
Superior. Probably.
Your next target is the bioweaponry being developed here.
What the?
The plant's been destroyed.
Well, I like cutscenes and I will not be judged.
Who's judging?
You judge everything.
Oh, I forgot about these bio guys. Lock on. I can't lock
Is he
on.
wearing skis?
No, he's a freaking bio monster.
I think he's going skiing. Did you know I got my palm read by a neighbor who was kind of creepy?
Nope.
Growing up. I think I might have even told this story on stream, but he told me that I was gonna wear a red dress at my prom, that I was going to go to a college that I didn't end up going to, that while there I was gonna major in computer sciences, and I was gonna date, because this college is by a mountain that has a ski resort, Sugarloaf. I was gonna date a ski instructor, and then I was gonna break up with him because he wasn't on my level, and then I was gonna marry a firefighter, and absolutely zero of those things came true.
You should have gone into computer science.
Yeah.
Oh my god, honey.
Do they have that at UMaine Farmington?
I doubt it.
Well, that's where he said I was gonna go to college.
Oh,
You okay?
no.
What's wrong?
Holding my hands like this is like killing my shoulders.
Oh my god, it's because he doesn't want to do yoga with me. I can tell.
That's not it.
I know, I'm joking.
I actually do want to do yoga.
Aw, baby. The funniest thing about that to me, though, is that he told me I would wear a red dress at prom, and all of my dresses to school dances were black. Mostly, like, entirely black. I think my senior homecoming, or one of my senior dances, I wore, like, a green one. But, yeah, and then we didn't even have a prom, because my class, like, we just sucked. Like, we're coming up on our 10-year reunion, and it's not gonna happen. Because we're just not gonna get it together to do it.
Wow, we're chugging now. Oh.
We also had a no grinding contract that we had to start signing my junior year, which meant if you danced in a kind of provocative way with your dance partner, you would get sent home. And it was hilarious because the vice principal at the time came up with it, and the only one who got kicked out of that first dance was her son for dancing inappropriately.
Wow.
But yeah, that was silly, and it didn't work because no one wanted to go to the dances, so they had to jack up ticket prices. And then people were throwing like anti-homecomings at like their parents' houses because they so desperately wanted to like grind their asses into their boyfriends' like groins. That was so important to them that they boycotted a school dance. And I was kind of like, this is stupid all around. Like, I don't even dance at these. I just want an excuse to dress up and put makeup on. And just stand in the corner or, like, sit in the cafeteria with my friends instead of dancing. Anyway.
When I was in school, they had a school dance. Like, when I was homeschooled, first of all. When I was homeschooled, I didn't go to any school dances. I went to church dances. All right. I grew up Mormon, and so you'd go to like church dances, and they'd be just awesome. I loved church dances so much. All the dances, all the music that they played was actually like dance music. So like Cotton Eye Joe. The Electric Slide and stuff like that, right? You know, you would do dances, and you'd actually dance. Versus you go to the frickin' school dances, and it's all just grinding and provocative and gross. And I just, ugh.
Did they ever end the dances with Stairway to Heaven?
No.
Because apparently that's a main thing.
Nope, they didn't do that.
They did that when my mom was in school.
Is that Aerosmith?
No, that's Led Zeppelin.
Oh no,
God, Gardner.
No, they don't.
Stairway to Heaven.
They would never ever do that at a church dance.
Oh, I guess that's a good point because of the backward masking where Robert Plant says, "Here's to my sweet Satan." Apparently, just kidding. But that's a thing because it's a long song, so it makes the moment last forever. But it's like an awkward song to slow dance to. But anyway, yeah, I guess that's like a main thing. Because my mom didn't go to the school I did, and she said they did that at hers. And then I met someone from a different part of Maine when I was in college, and she was like, "We did that at my school too."
No, I think when I was in middle school, like junior high, we did that. Because I actually went to public school.
Right.
But it's just, I just found it all so stupid. The one thing that I really liked about like school dances was I could hang out with my friends. That's really what it was. So I would hang out with my friends, like Carl, and I had a friend named Forrest, and dude, I can't even tell what's going on the screen right now. So Carl and John and Ben and Forrest, and we'd all hang out there at the school dances, and we would just sit at on the sidelines and make fun of people. Like, and it was awesome. Like, we were brutal when we were kids, dude. Like, do you remember GeoCities? It was probably before your time, honestly. GeoCities was like, we would sit there on the we would like sit there on school computers during like the computer lab sessions. And we would literally, we would sit there and like make GeoCities pages and cyberbully our friends.
Oh my god.
It was awesome.
That just reminded me, the Latin teacher at my school, he used to do the concessions during school dances, and he would keep a tally of how many like people he saw coming out of the gym crying.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
He was funny. I think you'd liked him. Sorry, Lucy. Let's see. Lucy said Yakuza 0 is a sci-fi alternate history crime drama.
Wait, stop. They're talking. What? Say it again.
Yakuza 0 is a sci-fi alternate history crime drama which has several gameplay styles but is mainly a 3D beat 'em up.
It doesn't sound like my style.
Oh, sorry, Lucy, it doesn't sound like his style. Braunwave, we never had prom neither. I know you're from Wales, Braunwave, but I read that with like a southern accent in my head. We never had prom neither. Half of our year in high school dropped out. Yeah, that sounds like my school. Bryson said, "It's funny you sound just like me, homeschooled Mormon. Did your parents like games though? Because my parents hate them."
My parents hate. Well, okay, wait. What kind of games? So Bryson, your parents were Mormon. That's interesting. My parents were supposed to, Mormons. You're supposed to have family home evening every like once a week, right? And you're supposed to do things. My dad never, ever wanted to do family home evenings because he called it Monday night at the fights is what he called it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he would rather go play Command and Conquer by himself rather than with his family. So that's my dad.
Yep.
And I just remember him being like, why would I want to do Monday night at the fights? Because that's my dad. And then, playing, like, my mom really likes board games. She likes card games more.
Oh,
She liked,
me too. I love
she
card
really
games.
liked, like, what's the game called? Uno. She loved Uno. And I remember wanting to play Uno with Dad and Mom, and I kept asking Dad to play with me. And he goes, Gardner, Uno, mind you. He goes, Gardner, do you know why they call it board games? And I'm like, no. And he goes, because you're bored when you play them.
Oh my god.
I was like, okay, but it's a card game.
I'm heading for the bridge. Open the bulkhead.
Dude, like, I never put up with my dad's shit. Like, honestly, I always called him out on everything. Like, I just remember how he would get so mad at me because, like, I'd come at him with a quip like that, and he'd just be so upset.
I've heard so many stories about Gardner's dad, and they're like some of my favorite stories I've ever heard.
What? Give me an example of one.
I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about it on stream, but the muscular women.
Oh my god. Dude, guys. Okay. Wait, how does it start? I don't even remember how.
Strap in. Well, how old were you?
I was in my 20s. I was working at a job here in town, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad had an apartment in town. And so I would always go over to his house and have lunch with him. And one day, he really ever locked his door anyway. But one day his door was unlocked, and it was lunchtime, so I let myself in. I walk in, and my dad's sitting there, looking. He didn't hear me come in. He's on his laptop looking at pictures of strong women, like Olympia, what are they called?
Bodybuilders.
Yeah, bodybuilders, like women who have obviously taken steroids. Like what's Starla from Napoleon Dynamite. This is the caliber. He's looking at pictures of these women, and I don't remember what did I say.
You said like, "What you doing, Dad?"
I was like, "What you doing, Dad?" And he looks at me, a little bit startled. He picks up his laptop and walks into his bedroom. Doesn't say a word. And he just walks into his bedroom. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
That's my favorite.
Oh my god.
Dude. Anyway.
Yeah, that's one of my dad's stories. I got a lot of dad stories.
Yep. Oh my god. Let's see. Lucy said, "I have the entire intro to We Are Young by Fun memorized." That is a good song. I'm not a huge Fun fan, but I do like that one. Give me a second, I need to get my story straight. My friends are in the bathroom getting higher and higher. I had a kid at childcare who liked to sing that a lot, and so I would play it because he knew I thought it was cute when he sang it. Lucy also knows Angel Fire, the website.
Oh yeah, Angel Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did GeoCities, and like my friend Ben had a website that he was called. I grew up in a town called Searsport, right around here, and it was called Searsport's Worst Douchebags. That was the name of his website, and he had a douchebag of the week column, and he would like one time he called me out. I was the douchebag of the week because he had like a bunch of like pre memes, like they were like proto memes on his website. He didn't create them, he found them, and he called me out as the douchebag of the week because I copied his memes onto my GeoCities website, and he called me out for stealing his content. I was
What
like,
was the website called again?
well, it was called Searsport's Worst Douchebags, but it's not online anymore. Oh man, dude, like I have
Worst douchebags.
yeah. And we were like in middle school, and we were making these websites and just cyberbullying the shit out of each other. It was awesome.
Oh my god. Oh no. I found online douchebags.
Look up the Sardine Report, Carl Chasinski.
Okay. Bryson said same about games earlier. And that my dad doesn't know I have the Steam Deck. I'm almost 18. Scandalous, Bryson. What was it? The
Sardine Report.
Transporter is back online. I'm starting it up.
Is that how you spell it?
CHOCENSKY.
CHOC?
ENSKY.
Okay. Carl's cracked the Sardine Report. Lucy, it's not hard to memorize the intro to We Are Young. Yeah, I guess not. No. Oh my god. Adorably naive class of 2011 still unemployed. Forming your screw-in light bulb.
So Carl, we had a parody. This isn't my website, but Carl and I had a parody website where we wrote like parody news columns and stuff, and then he started writing for them afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super funny, dude. Carl is such a freaking like, what's the word I'm looking for? He's a talented satirist.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Carl. Oh yeah, one of these was he told me about the museum to open more boats and shit exhibit.
Yeah.
Lucy says he's witty as all get out.
Who is?
Carl.
Oh, he looked him up? She looked him up?
I guess. He's very witty. He's like very hilarious.
He's the funniest person that I know. Like unequivocally.
Mm. Have you actually seen? I saw like a wicked old. I think it was like in Norway, like an old ship. That they found. I can't remember what it was called. Oh goddamn! It was like an old Viking ship or something. It's in a museum somewhere.
I don't know.
Pictures of shipwrecks give me the creeps.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my most irrational fear. It like gives me like a genuine like awful feeling in my body.
Mm.
Hey, look, a cutscene.
I couldn't skip it.
Is that Optimus Prime?
Almost.
Who's the bad one from the Decepticons?
Damon Wayans. What? He's not a good guy.
Damon Wayans?
I don't know.
You heard it here first, guys. Megatron. Thank you, Lucy. I was not into Transformers at all. I must say. I don't give a shit about cars. The Wikipedia page for Megatron is very long.
Ugh.
But
I don't know, dude. I find like that kind of stuff like awful. Like even this, like I played this when I was a kid, but like I find this like Gundam shit to be like offensive, and I don't know why.
Lucy says I'm only into Transformers by cultural osmosis. Yeah, that's fair. Bryson says the reason my dad hates games is because you can be doing something else instead of playing games, like picking up. But I can't play games when they're watching TV or where they're watching TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. That reasoning makes me sad for you, Bryson. See, my dad loves board games and card games. Mostly because I think he likes to just win things.
Yeah.
Which he usually does. Like, I remember I taught him a game called Trash, which is a card game where, like, I think I played it with you, where you have the 10 cards out, and then you flip over a card, and if you have an ace, you, like, put it in the one spot, and then, like, whatever, until you have all your cards flipped over. And I was teaching my dad that game because I really liked it. And he was like, I don't like this. And I think it was because it was like all luck. Like it took absolutely no, like, strategy.
That's why I don't like a lot of games, because they're just luck based and I like strategy.
Okay. Gardner has a visceral reaction whenever you bring up a certain card game.
Yeah, Phase 10.
Phase 10.
I hate Phase 10.
I love it.
It's
so
one of the
much.
worst games ever made.
Oh my
Phase
God.
10 is garbage.
It's like one of my favorite games. And it's one of my dad's favorites too. He taught me how to play.
It has nothing to do, there's no strategy.
Yes, there is.
It's not. No, there's nothing good about that game. It is criminally awful. It should be banned permanently. Every copy should be burned. Except for one, to prove to everyone how bad it was and how justified it was to destroy the game.
I remember when I went to Target once when I lived in Augusta, Maine, and I was walking through the games aisles, and there was like a Phase 10 like deck on the middle of the floor, and so I took a picture of it and I sent it to you, and I was like, were you here? Like, did you throw this on the ground? And you said you actually LOL'd.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Bryson said, I think it's because his dad grew up with no electronics. I can't even 3D model stuff.
What?
Wow.
I'm sorry, Bryson.
Yeah, that sucks. Lucy in chat says, I disdain Monopoly. Agreed. I fucking hate that game. I like Life. Life is one of my favorite board games. If you're gonna play one that's gonna take forever, but Monopoly, no thanks. I didn't hate it when I played the, like, made-for-kids Mario, like, Monopoly Junior or whatever that we had at my childcare facility. Like, that was okay. But no thanks. But Life I enjoy. My brother said one time he was playing Life, and he like just for some reason kept having so many kids. Like he kept landing on squares that said he could have kids, and so he had to get like a whole other car just to like put all of his kids in it.
Is this really the end?
Oh, you died?
Going back out.
Yep.
Is it because you were distracted by the thought of Phase 10?
No, it's because I don't have enough cheats on.
Oh, I see. Yeah, Bryson, I've never finished a game of Monopoly either.
You know what game I really love?
What?
I really love cheating in this game. What am I doing?
What game do you love?
Oh yeah, I love Axis and Allies.
I've never heard of it.
It's a good one. It's like Risk, only it doesn't suck.
Oh shit, the sound is up. I'm playing Frogger right now on your computer. I hope that's okay. Where's the volume? Oh shit, I just got hit by a car. Lucy says Monopoly Junior is good. Monopoly 2 is good. Union, aka Monopoly but co-op is good. Monopoly is pure heck. I have never played most of those other than Monopoly Junior. But that's cool. I'm glad you had a good experience, Lucy. Oh shit. Dude, I'm so bad at Frogger.
I'm just spamming this because I don't want to. I'm totally cheesing the game right now.
Cheesing it? What does that mean?
He's winning
Oh.
by any means necessary.
Jesus Christ. Malcolm X over here. Bryson says so much fire. Gardner, I beat level 1.
Huh?
I beat level 1 of Frogger.
Why are you playing Frogger?
Because I love Frogger. Why wouldn't I play it? You're playing a game you love. Shit, I missed a thing. God damn it. Oh no. See, I have to stop doing this because your arrows are not what I would like to play Frogger with. So narrow. He's still fighting the guy with skis.
Yes. It's Scyther
Right there.
from Pokemon.
Say.
Scyther! Like, I honestly don't know how I beat this level otherwise.
Now I'm playing Snake. Oh shit.
I've lifted the security. Utah, control the main gun from the gunnery
Wow.
room.
What great dialogue. Gardner, you don't even know how good I am at Snake right now.
We used to play a game called Snavel, which was Snake, but instead of eating food, you had to also cross. It was like a multiplayer Snake,
Yeah.
and you had to cross with your player 2, and every time you did, you'd make an egg.
Aw. Oh, so it was like raveling, like Snavel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got an S rank on that one.
Congrats.
Well, I cheated, but yeah.
You did really well. I'm really proud of you.
Hurry, Utah! You've got to destroy the reactor before
Hey, does anyone in the chat know who C. Thomas Howell is?
No, why would they know that?
Because he's a very famous actor from the 80s. Oh, shit. I got stuck on myself, but I got 41 points.
Where am I supposed to go?
Bryson, I don't know what you mean. I've listed the security while on fire. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. You know what's a really good game that's fun is Breakout. Did you ever play Breakout on the Atari?
Yeah.
I remember when I had an iPad in high school, that was like the first thing I downloaded on it. And I got really good at it. Oh, Bryson said it was the person in the game. Sorry. I'm not paying attention to Gardner's game at all. But to be fair, he doesn't pay attention when I play Dragon Age, so I say we're square.
Yeah, why would I pay attention when you're playing Dragon Age?
Bryson says, well, I'm going to go and pick up before I get caught. Oh, have a good night. Bryson, I hope you don't get caught. We love you.
Yeah, we love you, Bryson.
Enjoy your games. You deserve to play them. Lucy says, Union is just a nickname I have for a set of house rules that uses a Monopoly board. But you team up against a bank. Oh, that sounds really fun. That sounds awesome, Lucy. That sounds way better than freaking Monopoly. Monopoly. Shit. Right. I'm gonna see if I can find Breakout.
How the hell do I open this gate?
No, I think it's really fun when people make like new rules for their games. How do I? Oh shit! I have to use the. Oh man.
What?
Nothing. Lucy in chat says house rules and homebrew. That sounds like a good night to me.
Mm-hmm. Dude, how am I supposed to get out of here? I think I soft locked the game.
Oh no.
Dude, I can clearly jump over this. Why can't I jump over it? See that? Look. Jumping over, can't get over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can go this way. What the fuck?
I wish we had an Atari.
No, you
Yes, I
They're
do.
trash.
You can't tell me what I like and what I don't like.
I'm not saying you don't like it. I'm saying you don't want it.
Why don't you want it? What if I want to play Dig Dug? What if I want to play Breakout? Well, have you any answers?
We can emulate it.
I'm playing Breakout on Google right now. What if I wanted to challenge you to a game of Pong? What say you?
Yeah.
Lucy, that's fair. She says that the Atari home versions of those games aren't entirely the best. Oh well.
They're real. I mean, the Atari is really one of the worst consoles ever made.
Yeah.
It's so bad, and it's full of trash games.
I love Breakout.
There's way better versions of Breakout,
Like what?
like Super Breakout for the Super Nintendo.
Elitist.
Ricochet by Valve.
Lucy says I love arcade emulation.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could emulate the arcade versions.
Yeah. Look, I only have 3 orange squares left.
Nice.
The thing with playing this on a trackpad is my finger gets like really like sore after a couple minutes.
Yeah.
That's why I liked that I had a
Dude, I
stylus
literally
with
don't-
my iPad, and that made playing that way easier.
I don't think I've ever got to this level before, and I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
I literally don't know what to do here.
I don't know why I just kind of started giggling to myself about like, what if we ever streamed like Rock Band?
Why is that funny?
I don't know. Just like imagining myself singing into the microphone. Lucy says I do have a deep love for King of. Yeah.
It came out for the Neo Geo, if I remember correctly. Never played it, but
You're aware of it. You know, a game I learned about a couple years ago from an arcade was Michael Jackson Moonwalker. My former gym teacher / friend, Mr. B, he had me and a couple friends come over like well after we were in high school. It was like a year or two ago, out of high school. What did I say?
in high school.
Oh no, definitely not. We were like 24 or 25. But anyway, he had a bunch of arcade games, and he knew I would appreciate them the most, so he was showing me, and he played Michael Jackson Moonwalker for me.
I am fully at a loss. I don't know what to do here.
Too many mods. Lucy says, as far as I know, no good home version of Moonwalker exists. Well, he had like a legit like arcade. He had like 3 arcade machines in his house, plus like a whole like just Pac-Man machine. Like it wasn't like emulated or like, you know, on like something you would plug into your TV. It was like the legit thing.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to beat this level.
She says, the Genesis version is okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Moonwalker was alright. I only ever played the Genesis version.
Gardner, question.
Yeah.
If you were gonna write out the word yay, like as in hooray, how would you spell it?
Why?
Thank you. Because my mom spells it Y-E-Y, and it stresses me out.
Yikes.
I know, and she's a teacher. And she's like, well, hey is spelled H-E-Y. I'm like, yeah, it's also spelled H-A-Y.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. I'm losing that.
I think I'm done.
Yeah, you look pretty tired.
I'm done playing. I'm done streaming. I'm sorry, guys. I have issues with the energy. I'll be fine, and I'll say. I'll be fine, and then all of a sudden I'm just fucking tired,
Just wasted.
crashed, and glitched out.
I'm glitched out. I'm glitching out. So you know you're a real nerd. That's what you describe yourself as in your sleep.
Yeah, your subconscious.
Yo.
Technology permeates my subconscious.
Lucy says yay with an E is an aberration. Yeah. Alright, well, I think we're gonna be done, guys. Thank you for coming out,
Yes, thank you for being
playing
here.
with us, chatting with us. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm trying to.
Unclick.
Yeah, I'm trying to undo those. I think they might be glitching out the last level here.
Alright.
Thank you guys for being
Thanks,
here.
guys. Good night.
Good night.
Sweet dreams. Make good choices.
Bye.
Bye.